Right. Welcome to the Best Book Awards of 2019. I got appropriately spangled up for the event. I have my sufficiently fancy beverages, and we're here to celebrate some of the best books that I have read this year. So I have read 280 books this year, according to my tally, which is a little less than I had expected, but I have to take into account the fact that I was also writing my master's thesis this year, as well as starting a business as a writer. Given that I am filming this on the 9th of December, that is still 3 weeks out from the end of the year, so I tallied my average accordingly. So my average is 5.7 books a year. I will put in the description box my final tally and total of books read and what my average is on the 31st of December so that you can have an accurate statement. But as of the moment, 5.7 books a week, 280 books total. Of those books, I read a lot of good books, some great books, and then there were a few excellent books. So those excellent books, I decided that I would take and I would give them the awards. So welcome to the Paper Plate Awards for the Best Books 2019 E.G. Stone version. We have as our host and officiant, Her Majesty, the Queen of the Universe, who looks a little bit shocked because she just woke up from a nap. She's going to sit here and help me give these awards away. So, without further ado, we'll get started. The first book that I am awarding an award to is the book Sour Fruit by Allison. This book is a dark dystopian book set in an armpit of a city in the UK sometime after the world goes to pieces. It features a main character named Onion who wins the Best Complaints Award. Hooray! Yay! Huzzah! Onion as a character is rather troublesome and very good at those complaints. So congratulations to Sour Fruit for winning the first award of the year. That was okay. The second book who has won an award is Alexandre by Alexandre Christian. This book is a dark fantasy adventure with lots of blood and gore and some dragons and trouble causing. Alexandre wins appropriately the Let's Cause More Mayhem Award because honestly these characters, Shiva in particular, just, you know what? This situation is bad. Let's make it a whole lot worse. I'm gonna have to pick these plates up at some point. Alright, next up we have the epic game-lit fantasy novel, The Ashen Levels by C.F. Welborn. This book was one of the longest books I read this year. It is also one of the most complex and took place over a very wide stretch of land, aka the entire world. So this book wins appropriately Map Please Award, and honestly, I know that there was a purpose for not giving a map, but really, could we just have the map? Anyways, that's that award. I hope you enjoyed C.F. Welborn's The Ashen Levels. Next up, yes, this one's fun. This is one of the books that I sped read because I was a little short on videos and I needed to come up with something quickly. So I read Matthew P. Gilbert's Dead Gods Do, in which characters forget the lessons learned from their past and end up repeating history in a way that is really not salubrious for anybody. So with that, we give Dead Gods Do the We Broke History Award because, I mean, they kinda did. Anyways, congratulations for that. Good luck with the future. Okay, next up is a book called The Outpost, book 1 of the Falking series by F.T. McKinstry. This book is sort of a fantasy adventure slash somewhat epic fantasy that takes place in a world with Nordic influences and a whole lot of very interesting characters and events that happen throughout. However, these characters don't seem to ever interact, and that is why F.T. McKinstry has won the My Characters Should Never Meet award. I mean, honestly, it's so frustrating. So many things could have been solved if we had these characters meet. So that's that. And now my cat gets into the game. Alright. Next up, we have another dark fantasy / fantasy horror novel. Seriously, Kitty? You're gonna play with the awards? That's a thing. So next up we have a dark fantasy / fantasy horror novel in which things happened that should probably not have happened and people didn't die accordingly. This book is A Ritual of Bone by Lee T. Conley and wins the Not Dead Yet award. For obvious reasons. Because no matter how hard they try, these people are just not dead yet. Anyways. Next up, we have a grimdark fantasy. Honestly, I loved everything about it. The characters, the story, and absolutely the decor. So this book is Dagger and Scythe by Emily Knight, and it wins the Best Decor Award because, honestly, if you're going to be Lords of the Underworld, you might as well decorate with human intestines. Okay. Now, this next one isn't actually for a single book, but for all of the books. Of the books of his that I've read, every single one of them. Yeah. So Jamie Davis gets the Those Endings Award for causing huge amounts of trouble with all of the endings, all the time, every book. They're wonderful, but really so mean. Those poor characters. So congratulations, Jamie Davis, for making all of your endings troublesome. Yes. This book is another one by C.F. Welburn. This is The Linguist, and being a linguist, I am automatically fond of anyone who wants to talk about words. In this case, it was actually a fantastic book that talked about, well, the original words, and therefore C.F. Welburn's Linguist wins Science Gone Wrong. Because really, there are just some things that perhaps you shouldn't do. Okie dokie, yes. So, Ryan Kirk wrote a fantastic trilogy of books called the Nightblade series. His first book, Nightblade, is the one winning this award today. It is a fantasy based off of sort of Eastern culture with a lot of other interesting elements thrown in. It is really fun to read. I would highly recommend it. Actually, I recommend all of these books, that's why we're doing this. Anyways, Ryan Kirk's Nightblade wins the No Such Thing as a Coincidence Award because the characters interact in ways that should be coincidental, but it's not. Congratulations on that. There's no such thing as a coincidence. Moving on. Okie dokie. So I recently read a book based on Terry Pratchett and Neil Gaiman. This is Silent Pantheon by Eric Nierstedt, and it is a highly entertaining urban fantasy book that talks about dead gods that are sort of not actually dead yet. And for that purpose, because the people in that book are sort of, all over the place. Eric Nierstedt's Silent Pantheon wins the Oblivious Mortal Award because so many of the problems could have been fixed if people just paid attention. Anyways, moving on. Yes. The Queen of the Universe has currently vacated to go do other hosting duties and or eat some chicken. So I, on her behalf, am going to award R.M. Callahan the Pumpkin Spice Tales, the whole trilogy, the Queen of the Universe Award, because she's a cat, and the main character's a cat, my cat approves, and everything honestly makes so much more sense now. All of the cat mysteries are sort of explained, and they're wonderful, and magical, and very much cat-like. So now for my last award, I have the book called Monarchs under the Sassafras Tree. It is a literary historical fiction set in word I can't pronounce, Georgia, and it has the most wonderful story and the most wonderful characters. I really enjoyed this book, and it gave me all of the feelings. So that is the award that this book gets, because oh my goodness, I had to put it down a few times because it was just so overwhelmingly awesome. And it made me feel all of the things, so congratulations. All of you people who wrote books that I have read this year, well done. I have really loved reading all of your books. If you're not on this list, don't feel discouraged. I read a whole lot of really fantastic books this year. These were just the ones that I liked best. It is a completely subjective thing, and as you can see, the awards make perfect sense. So, I am really excited, looking forward to next year's books. We'll see how many I can read. I think I can probably beat my record. We'll see. In the meantime, keep sending books my way. I am happy to review them, and I hope you look for some new updates on that front, because I think I might be reviewing more books than before. In the meantime, congratulations to everybody. I hope you have a fantastic end of the year. Happy New Year. Happy January 2020, the year of hindsight. I'm looking forward to reading all of your books, so I will see you on the flip side. Bye.